What's going on Facebook? It's Dennis. Monday, July 23rd, 2018. It's 10:33 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:33 p.m. Central Time, 7:33 p.m. Pacific Time. Right, tonight's topics. Um, I watched the Mets just lose to the Padres. Jacob Degrom pitched a great game but lost. I'm gonna talk about why the Yankees should and the Mets should make a deal with him like right now. They should trade for him. Um, Also, I'm gonna talk about Melo. He's gonna sign with the Rockets once he clears waivers with the Hawks. I'm gonna talk about that. Why I think that the Rockets going in for Melo to go sign him is a big mistake. Talk about that. And also more about the NFL anthem issue. I got some positive feedback from my last Facebook. A good video. It was a good way explaining it of why the NFL does what they do with the anthem. So I'm gonna talk. So I'm gonna talk about that again, the anthem issue, and also why the NFL changed their mind. I'm gonna tell you why I think they changed their mind after they made a decision. They backed off. So I'm gonna get to that, and also some more stuff. Whatever comes across my mind, more topics. Now I'll talk about that as well. But I'm gonna start off with Jacob next year with him. So they should just trade him. Try to get some pieces for him. The Yankees need him more because they need a number two in their starting rotation. They need a number two in their starting rotation after Severino. And if you want to go beat the Astros, you need another legitimate number two starter because the Astros have Justin Verlander and they have Dallas Keuchel in their rotation. The Yankees got to get somebody because I'm reading a report that the Nationals are interested in Cole Hamels and also the Phillies. So if you don't get Cole Hamels, try to trade for Jacob Degrom. I know the Mets and Yankees don't trade with each other. That's not that thing. They don't like to trade with each other because they don't want one team from New York to be better than the other. But the Mets, like I said, the Mets are not going to win this year. They're not going to win next year. So trade Jacob Degrom. See why his value is high. See if you can get something back from him. If you have to trade Andujar or Clint Frazier, I wouldn't trade Gleyber Torres. They're not going to trade Gleyber Torres in the deal. He's untouchable. If you want to trade, throw in Clint Frazier in the deal, put Andujar in the deal, maybe somebody from the minors for Jacob Degrom. Why not? Jacob Degrom is one of the best pitchers in the league. He's in his prime, and the Yankees need him badly. He's on the Mets. He's wasting his time. They're not going to win this year. The Mets probably not going to be the same team this year. Mickey Callaway might not be this year because might not be there next year. The Mets might have a new general manager. They're already going to have a new general manager because Sandy Alderson not going to be there no more. So the Mets should just trade DeGrom, trade him to the Yankees. The Yankees need him badly. I saw this guy pitch his heart out, and he's gonna take the L for it. He's gonna take the L. So the Yankees and the Mets should deal for Jacob. They should do that deal, Jacob Degrom, to the Yankees. Let's go. Let's make it happen. The trade deadline is next week. It's next week, Tuesday, July 31st. So I want to see what Brian Cashman comes up with, what he has up his sleeve to make a deal. But they have to get a number two starter. You can't rely on Domingo Germán. You saw Domingo Germán, how he pitched over the weekend against the Mets. He was terrible. You really gonna trust him to be a number two starter going into the playoffs? No. So if I'm the Yankees, I'm getting on the phone with the Mets. I'm gonna try to get Jacob Degrom. I'll give up Andujar. Like I said, I'll give up Clint Frazier, or you want to give up somebody else in the minors. Gleyber Torres is off limits, but you got to get the number two starter. DeGrom is not gonna win in the Mets, and the Yankees need a number two starter. And he's pitching. Jacob Degrom was pitching tonight, and the defense is making mistakes. Come on now, he doesn't want to deal with that. So the Yankees and Mets should make a trade. They should trade for DeGrom. I saw another report today that the Yankees were interested in Chris Archer, starting pitcher for the Rays. He's a good pitcher. What helps is that he pitches in the division, so he knows the teams. So he knows the Red Sox. So the Yankees and Red Sox play each other in the playoffs. He's familiar with them. But that'll be interesting to see. Because the Rays have been trying to trade Chris Archer for a while. But the Rays are surprisingly in the wild card spot, so I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to still try to hang on to Chris Archer. But we'll see what happens. But I want DeGrom. DeGrom is better than Chris Archer. I want DeGrom. The Yankees should trade for him like That'd be big. That'd be big. But like Yankees and Mets, they don't make trades with each other. They really do because they don't want one team to be better than the other to represent New York. So we'll have to see what happens. But Jacob Degrom, I saw him pitch really well tonight and lose. The Padres team is not even good. The Mets are like one of the lowest scoring teams in the league. You can't have a team with Noah Syndergaard, Jacob Degrom, nice starting pitching, and then can't score any runs for them. That's just embarrassing. Can you imagine if Jacob Degrom was on the Yankees and the offense they have and his pitching ability? They need to make a deal. I don't care. I'll trade Andujar. I'll trade Clint Frazier. It's not like Jacob Degrom is an old man. He's just going to retire like next year or 2 years. He's in his prime. I'm trading for Degrom. I really am. I'm trading for him. I'm looking at stats right now on SNY, the network that the Mets play on. At home, they're showing his stats. He's 2-3 with 1.66 ERA, a WHIP of 0.88. Opponent's batting average is 188, and opponent's slugging percentage is 283. He's pitching really well, and he has a losing record. He has to come to the Yankees. They have to trade. They have to make the trade. Brian Cashman got to get on the phone and make a trade. Get this guy to come to the Bronx and play for the Yankees. It has to. So that's what was on my mind when I saw Jacob Degrom pitch. I'm like, the Yankees got to get on the phone and make that deal. They have to. They have to make a deal with to get Jacob Degrom. Come on, you pitch 10. You have 10 strikeouts. You pitch 8 innings and you lose. That shouldn't happen. Where's the Mets? They make that they did that to Matt Harvey when Matt Harvey was really good. And before Matt Harvey has injuries, they did the same thing with him as well. So we'll have to see what happens. Like I said, the trade deadline is Tuesday, July 31st. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if Jacob Degrom gets traded and where he gets traded to. All right, my next topic. Melo going to the Rockets. He's going to go be a Rocket, like I said in my last Facebook Live video. It's going to be official. So they said once he clears waivers with the Hawks, he's going to sign with the Rockets. That's a big mistake. He brings this Carmelo Anthony guy, and he should be lucky he's still in the league. I've never seen, in all seriousness, I've never seen a player get so much, who hasn't lived up to being how he was as out of Syracuse and being the number 3 overall pick, gets this much protection, gets this much passes. I joke and say he gets more passes than he makes. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's in his, what's going on, his 16th season, and he's getting a pass like he's been getting a pass like 8 years ago. So now, Melo deserves the money. He deserves to get all the money he gets. No, he doesn't. He's a terrible basketball player. To me, at least. He's terrible. He's terrible now. He's an overrated basketball player. Don't you know who the coach is on the Houston Rockets? It's Mike D'Antoni. Who was the coach in New York when Melo was there a couple of years back? It was Mike D'Antoni. He got Mike D'Antoni fired. So now he's going to go on Mike D'Antoni's team, and if he doesn't play well, then they're going to blame Mike D'Antoni again, which is unfair because Mike D'Antoni was just coach of the year, and they won like 64 games. The Rockets were blowing teams out in the regular season. They had the Warriors on the ropes 3-2. And they're going to bring this Carmelo Anthony guy on the team. He's going to struggle, and they're going to blame D'Antoni for it. The Rockets is going backwards. They don't have a reason no more. They don't have Matamute no more. They didn't even re-sign Clint Capella. So they're gonna sign Melo before they re-sign Capella. Good luck with that. Now you lost 2 good perimeter defenders. You still haven't re-signed a rim protector who's also could move and who's athletic and can guard people. And you're gonna bring up a guy who's a liability on defense, who's just a spot shooter who can't make a shot, who's just slow and takes up time and he holds onto the ball too long. It just doesn't go together. And James Harden, since he's been to Houston, he hasn't been well in the playoffs, but in the regular season he's starting to get comfortable. He's won an MVP, and he's been the guy. Now you bring Melo on the team. How's Harden gonna feel? As he's starting to get comfortable as being the man on the team. The defense for Carmelo Anthony was, he hasn't played with a real point guard. He hasn't played with a point guard. So now he's going to play with Chris Paul. And what if it doesn't work with Chris Paul? then what? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? If he doesn't play with Chris Paul, doesn't play well with Chris Paul, I should say, what's going to happen? They're going to blame somebody else. They're going to blame Mike D'Antoni. They're going to blame Ryan Anderson. They're going to blame somebody. It's never Melo's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Oh, it's this. It's this guy's fault. It's Tyson Chandler's fault. It's Raymond Felton's fault. It's Derrick Rose's fault. It's never his fault. That's why I destroy him for it. Because somebody has to tell the truth about him. It's going to be me. He gets more passes than he makes. It's a 1-year deal he signed for. And I'm telling everybody this. This is going to be the last team he plays on in the NBA because I predict he's going to be a disaster and no one's going to sign him. If anybody signs Melo after this year, after he plays pathetic, they should be ashamed of themselves. I give Melo a better chance of playing in the Big Three next year than playing on an NBA team. He's been bad like the last... It's not just on the Thunder. He's been bad for like 3 years now. I went to the Knicks game his last year in New York for my birthday when they played the Heat, and Melo scored 8 points. Live, I witnessed it up. Live, I witnessed it close, in person. And he scored 8 points at home against the Heat. The Knicks lost. Melo's been a shell of himself like the last 3 years. I always thought he was overrated from the start. People say I hate him. I don't hate him. I tell the truth about him. I'm going to continue to do it. He doesn't deserve the money he gets. He's a washed-up player. If Wade can come off the bench, why can't he? Why can't he come off the bench? You know, if he signs with the Rockets, he's going to start. He's going to start on the Rockets. He's not coming off the bench. He's going to start. It's going to be a 3-ring circus. CB3, James Harden, and Carmelo Anthony. It's going to be a 3-ring circus if he starts. He is going to start. Mike D'Antoni's not going to like it. He's not. People usually flourish in D'Antoni's system. Carmelo Anthony's not one of them. It didn't work in New York. It's always someone else's fault. It was Mike D'Antoni's fault, but Mike D'Antoni went to the Western Conference Finals. It's Carmelo Anthony's fault. That's whose fault it is. It's Carmelo Anthony's fault. No, it's not D'Antoni's fault. D'Antoni just won 64 games, won Coach of the Year, and Melo wasn't on the team. It's Carmelo Anthony's fault. Cause look, the Hawks traded for him and said, all right, you're a 10-time All-Star. Well, we don't want you here. We just want you to go away. That's sad. Can you imagine a team telling LeBron to go away? Good thing I didn't pick Melo and I picked LeBron. No, LeBron, just go away. We'll pay, just go away. No. They told Melo to go away. And the Hawks are bad. They don't even want Melo. But I saw this like a couple of years ago. I was the only one on the island. I said it. I said Melo is overrated. I said it already. And I've been saying it. And it's true. He is overrated. He's an overrated basketball player. He's going to go to the Rockets. I put up a post today. I put up a stats and I said, the Rockets are going to be the 7th seed next season. I'm serious about that. The Thunder underachieved last season. Everybody thought the Thunder were going to be like a team playing the Western Conference Finals versus the Warriors. It was a disaster. Melo wasn't just bad in the first round, and like he always is. Bad in the first round. The last game of the season for them. Last game in the playoffs. He was bad all regular season. He shot a career low in a lot of categories. He gets a pass for it. I don't understand it. I'm going to continue to tell the truth about him. It needs to be said. I'm going to continue to tell the truth about Carmelo Anthony. It needs to be said. He gets a pass. Why should he get a pass? Why? Why should he get a pass for? Look how much better the Thunder are going to be next season without Carmelo Anthony. Look how better they're going to be. The Thunder are going to win 55 games without Carmelo Anthony. They are. It's going to show you that he's the problem. He was the problem all along. Like I said, in all objectivity, Melo should have never left the Nuggets. Because the Nuggets, to me, were the second best team in the West after the Lakers when Melo was on there. They were the second best team in the West. But Melo he just couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to go to the Knicks. He didn't even want to wait till he was a free agent. Like, trade me, get me out of Denver. I want to go to New York. Trade me. So the Knicks gave up a lot of pieces for this Carmelo Anthony guy. He comes to the team, they get swept in the first round. Go figure. And then Carmelo Anthony gets eliminated in the first round the year after. This is just who he is. I said he's going to get eliminated in the first round versus the Jazz in 6 games, and people thought I was just talking. This is who he is. 15 years, you still don't have enough evidence, enough proof to see who this player is? I don't hate the guy. I just tell the truth about him. He's going to ruin the Rockets. He's going to ruin the team. The Rockets had a really good team. And in this offseason, Ariza leaves. They just letting people walk. They can't even get a deal with Capella. They had a nice established team to try to beat the Warriors. And then they're going to bring this Carmelo Anthony guy who had the worst season of his career. How does that make any sense? How's that hating? They're going backwards. They're going backwards. You bring a guy like Carmelo Anthony on the team, at the team at the Warriors on the ropes 3-2. The Rockets are going to be a 7th seed. I can name teams who's going to be better than them off the bat already. The Warriors are going to be better than the Rockets. The Lakers are going to be better than the Rockets. The Spurs are going to be better than the Rockets. Even though they don't have Kawhi no more, Greg Popovich is just a great coach. We already see what happened, how much 50-win seasons he has as a coach for the Spurs. The Thunder are going to be better than the Rockets. The Jazz are going to be better than the Rockets. A lot of teams are going to be better than the Rockets. So they could be a 7th seed. I can see that happening. The Timberwolves are going to be better than the Rockets. Carmelo Anthony doesn't make teams better. He makes them worse. That's just who he is. They're going to be a 7th seed. I'm serious about that. They had a good team and destroyed it by bringing this guy in. I'm telling you, this is going to be his last team in the NBA. It's going to be his last time in the NBA. They gave him a 1-year deal, and he's going to be a disaster, and no one's going to sign him. Nobody. No one's going to sign him. No one's going to sign Carmelo at the end of this. His career's going to be over. No MVPs. No time he's ever been first all-team NBA, first team. Never. So, this is no finals appearances. Carmelo Anthony, this is his last team. It's going to be his last team in the NBA. The Rockets are making a big mistake. James Harden with saying good things about him and Chris Paul advocating for him. They're going to get tired of him. By the first 20 games of the season next year, they can't wait for the season to be over. They're going to want to get rid of that guy. He ruins teams. That's what Carmelo Anthony does. He ruins teams. You heard it here first. My first Facebook Live video, I said the Jazz are going to eliminate the Thunder in 6 games. Everybody thought that was crazy. A rookie point guard just killing it. A great first round series by Donovan Mitchell. Brilliant. He's going to be a really good player. He's going to have a good career. And he's destroying the Thunder. The Rockets are going to be the 7th seed, and they're going to get eliminated in the first round, whoever they face. You heard it here first. The Rockets will be a 7th seed next season. They're going to get eliminated in the first round, whoever they face, because Carmelo Anthony's going to ruin it. You heard it here first. That's my prediction. We're not even at training camp in the NBA, and I'm making a prediction already. The Rockets are going to be a 7th seed next year. They are, because Carmelo Anthony. Good luck with that, Houston. Houston, you have a problem. And the problem is Carmelo Anthony. That's the problem. So, he's going to be a Rocket. Good luck with that one, Rockets fans. See how much you like Carmelo Anthony when he's on your team. All right. NFL anthem issue. That's my next topic. I talked about it. I talked about it for an hour on my last Facebook Live. it really crossed my mind because the Dolphins suspended a couple of players on the team for protesting, and I'm like, okay, it's a job. Job has rules. You can't, no matter how you feel about it, you have to apply by the rules. Everybody start getting crazy. Oh, this, that is just stupid, and all this other stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute. I have to correct people. People keep forgetting that NFL's a business. Just like any other business, you can't protest. You have a job to do. So I got some positive feedback from people who watched my video and said that I was actually saying truthful things. Like it was a truth. And if you had a job, you can't protest, which is true. You can't. There's no constitutional rights. It doesn't apply. But now the NFL, they backtracked. Again, they made the rule, and then they said, oh, we're going to go over it with the Players Association. So the rule is on hold. It's pushed on hold. All right? So what are they going to do now? When you backtracking, you have no courage or your conviction. You're just scared about the backlash you're going to receive. You make a rule, you stick with it. If people don't like it, you can't please everybody. Tough. The NFL is in business. People forget that it's a business. If we all protest at our jobs tomorrow, we're all going to get fired. It's a business. Like I said in my last Facebook Live video, it's a business. Why are people complaining? You do have a right to protest as a private citizen, not as an employee. And even if you do, and even as a private citizen, you can't protest everywhere. If I'm on a highway and I'm driving and I see people protesting, you stop and I got to get home, I'm going to be mad. I don't care what you're protesting. I don't care if you're protesting police brutality, whatever. People got to go home. It's a time and a place where you protest. It's a business. Those players that are protesting, they're protesting the jersey that's not even theirs. There are no constitutional rights. It doesn't apply to a private company. Everybody knows that. They're just afraid to say it. They're just afraid to say it. You can't protest at a job. Who doesn't know that? I can't protest at a job. No one can protest at a job. Don't you see when people protest, they protest outside the building? They never protest in the workplace? You can't protest at a job. You can get fired for that. So, the NFL, they got to make a rule and just stick with it. Don't backtrack. Negotiate with the NFL association, the Players Association, and just make a deal, and that's it. Because you backtrack, that means you're afraid of the public backlash that you're going to get. You like I said in my last Facebook Live video, I want an hour talking about this. It's a private business. There's no constitutional rights. If you work for me, you want to work for me, and we go over the rules, whatever, and I tell you the rules, and I hire you, and you break one of my rules, I can legally fire you. There's no constitutional rights. Nobody's going to save you. None of that stuff. Because you're on my time and I'm paying you and I have customers. It's like any other workplace. So anybody telling you constitutional rights, that's not true. Especially in a private business. You could protest as a private citizen in America. You can. Not as an employee. And the players are employees. They get paid when they're on that field. It's not fair to people who want to watch football. Nobody came to watch them protest. No offense. Nobody came to watch them do it. It's a time and a place. Not saying I don't agree with what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. What you're talking about is true. Just no one wants to watch it at that particular time. That's why I always say politics is tricky. When you talk politics, that can start a lot of controversy. Sports is harmless. That's why I like talking about it. Because for everybody, like I said in my last Facebook Live video, it's for everybody. Everybody can watch. I can't offend you by what I say. Because sports is harmless. But politics can get a little controversy. And a Republican won't like what a Democrat's talking about. A Democrat won't like what a Republican's talking about. And that could start, spark a lot of controversy. Sports can't. Sports is harmless. A black and a white guy can argue in the crowd about a sports conversation and nobody can get offended. Talk politics is different. So, like I said, the NFL is a business. You're an employee. That's what you are. Those players are employees. That's why. The owners could take it away. It's no racial discrimination. You're not no constitutional rights. And it's nothing free. Nothing in life is 100% free. Everything has limits. The Constitution has limits. Yeah, you have right to freedom. You have right to freedom of speech. You can't say bomb at an airport. It's a crime. Yeah, like it says, you have a right to bear arms. You can carry a gun. Yeah, you have to have a license. They got to check your background. They don't tell you all that in the Constitution. You have a right to bear arms. So if you get pulled over by the police and police officer sees you with a gun in your car, what are you going to tell them? Oh, somebody's after me. I'm here to protect my family. Somebody's after me. I gotta protect whoever I gotta protect. No, if they see the gun in your car, especially in New York, it's automatic 3.5 years. You're going to jail. There's no constitutional rights. It has limits. Because you, like in the NFL, you can't protest on the job. You just can't. People keep forgetting it's a business. No private company in America lets you protest at a job. None. I've never seen it. The NFL will be the first company ever to let you protest on the job. If I was to protest at my job, they'd probably fire me. Or they'd just say, all right, get out. You can't do it here. And they could legally do that. Just like the NFL could say, oh, you can't protest because I have customers. I don't know. Why is that so hard? You work for somebody that's paying your salary. And I said this last year. I'll say it again. If Kaepernick was on the San Diego Padres and he kneeled on opening day, which is in April in baseball, and April is, let me see, it's NBA playoff time. How many people are going to really care about what he's doing, or are you going to watch the NBA playoffs? Who's going to really care about social justice? Nobody's going to care what he's doing. He's playing. Let's say he's playing for the San Diego Padres, and he's protesting the San Diego Padres jersey. No one's going to care what he's doing at the moment. Everybody's going to be watching the NBA playoffs. Just like people go to watch football, no one came to watch them protest. I'm not saying we don't agree with what they're doing, but at that time, I didn't come watch you protest. I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm always feel like that. I didn't come to watch nobody protest. You could do it on your own time. You could do it in the off season. That's why I don't understand. Football has the longest off season. They have all these months to do what they gotta do, and no one takes advantage of it. They play once a week. No one does it during the week. The only players that were legit with this, that actually was doing stuff off the field, was Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins. That I can respect because they were actually doing real stuff to improve. You know, this raise awareness to this what's going on, this issue. Everybody else is just kneeling. Like, I don't even know if they're really sincere about doing it. They're probably just copying what the other person's doing. Some of them don't even kneel. I don't know what they're doing. Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long were the only two players that were sincere about this. That was legit. It looked legit. Everybody else, I don't know. They're just following the crowd. You can't protest at a job. Like I said in my last Facebook Live video, you can't protest at the workplace. Everybody knows that. You're getting paid millions of dollars to do stuff that regular people can't do. I wish I was a football player, like I said before. I wish I was. I getting paid millions of dollars. I'm not throwing that away. Everybody always, like I always say, everybody always wants someone to do something that they won't do. People saying kneel, kneel, kneel. No, you can't protest at a job. People saying for them to protest, but won't do it at their job. Because they know it's going to happen. We always want other people to do stuff for us, but we don't want to do it ourselves. If you want them to protest, we should all go to our jobs and protest. Let's see if we're still working. Can't protest at a job. Everybody knows that. They're just scared to say it. Can't protest at a job. You can't talk politics at a job. There's certain things at a job you just can't say or do. You do in your own time with people you know. Because like at the end of the day, when you're at work, they're your coworkers. You don't really know them like that. Like I said, you don't know if your boss is a Trump supporter. You could be cool with your boss all these years. You talk politics, say something about Trump, they'll cut your hours and won't even tell you why. Just because you said something. So you got to keep your politics out of sports and out of the workplace. That's why Kaepernick doesn't have a job, because he's protesting. It's obvious he's protesting at the job. You can't do it. It's a couple of factors too why he's not playing. The pig sucks. You can't express that stuff about how you feel. You can say how you feel about cops in your private life and in your home or around people you really trust. You can't say that because you don't know, like I said in my last Facebook Live video, You don't know if your owner of your team or one of your teammates had a family member in the police that died. You just don't know. You can't go around wearing pig socks. And like I said, I blame a few people for why Kaepernick's not in the league. One, the guy that told him to kneel in the military. Blame him. Because you can't protest at a job. Because when Kaepernick was first didn't stand for the national anthem, he wasn't kneeling. He was just sitting there. And the guy in the military told him, all right, you want to protest? You want to protest against this, whatever? Take a knee. And that's when people noticed what was going on. Blame him. The former guy in the military. Blame him. And also, like I said in my last Facebook Live video, blame Kaepernick's girlfriend. She's also the reason why he doesn't have a job. The Ravens are about to sign Kaepernick. They're about to sign him. And they're like the only team I was really thinking about. They were going to sign him. And then, like I said in my last Facebook Live video, his girlfriend calls the owner a slave owner. How could you call somebody who's about to hire you a slave owner? No one's going to hire you now. So I blame her. It's her fault, too. She's the reason why. Because if I'm an owner in the NFL, if I'm another owner, I hear that they said that about him, my question is like, what does she think about me? No one's going to hire him now. So no one brings that up. That plays a factor in it as well. And the Seahawks gave him a chance. The Seahawks says, all right, we'll bring you in, but we'll bring you in for workout stuff, but you can't protest in the workplace and stuff. And then Kaepernick put it on pause. And I'm not sure. Then they're not going to hire you. You can't protest at a job. So it's not like he didn't get chances. He got chances. He just refused. You can't protest at a job. More evidence, Eric Reed, his teammate, safeties, who's a free agent now. No one signed him because he protested. He was the one that was continued. That's also started the movement. That was kneeling. You can't protest at a job. You can't. You gotta keep your politics out of it. You cannot protest at a job. Because see, what this did now is cause chaos. I'm not saying you can't raise awareness for it. Because what happens in this country, it does happen. It's proven fact that people see it. But you don't know who you're around. And all this kneeling thing was just start controversy. That's what it did. It didn't even make it better. Because let's be honest, what has kneeling really done? Nothing. There's other ways you could do it. They have programs, like I said in my last Facebook Live video. They have programs in the community where with this police stuff that you can go in these meetings and stuff like that. With the community, with the police. But the problem with those are that no one attends it. No one goes. You're like, nah, I don't mess with the police. Nah, I don't want to talk to the police. Nah, I got something to do. No one wants to attend that. So how could we make change if they have you could go to those meetings and tell a police officer how you feel about the situation and stuff like that and what a police officer means to you, whatever. No one goes to those meetings in the community. Nobody goes. They expect change. Kneeling's not doing nothing. It hasn't done nothing. They've been doing it all season. It has done nothing. But it started controversy and chaos. That's what it's done. It has done nothing. Yeah. Nothing. You don't know who's who. People go to a football game, go to sporting events to watch sports and have fun. Sports don't mean nothing. It's harmless. I'm talking it right now. That's what I do. Anybody could join in. Like I said, when I say tune in, join me, whatever, when I do my little dialogue, that's for everybody. No matter what color skin you are. What race, what gender. It's for everybody to join in. That's the point. That's what sports is about. Politics, no. Politics, everybody have their own views. And that could lead to a big crazy fight. Sports can't. Unless you're a real fool. Sports don't mean nothing. It doesn't. It's harmless. I could say this player sucks and my job can't fire me. If I talk about politics, a certain president or something like that, I could get fired. But sports, no. Sports is harmless. That's what this is about. Sports is entertainment. People watch sports because it's fun and get away from the problems that's going on every day. And also, the players are employees. People forget that part. They're employees. They get paid when they're on that field. They're protesting a jersey that's not theirs. People forget that part. So there's no constitutional rights. It doesn't exist at the workplace. There's no constitutional rights. I wish I could tell my boss I have my constitutional rights. You're right. There's no constitutional rights in the workplace. There's none. It doesn't exist. You have certain employee rights, but not constitutional rights. No. Can't protest at a job. You just can't. And that's what the players are. They're employees. At the end of the day, they're employees. So the NFL, they need to come to a decision and to stick with it. Don't backtrack. Consult with the Players Association and get to a ruling, because I don't want to deal with this again for the whole year. I really don't. I'm sick and tired of it. I really don't want to deal with this. I want to get back to football. I'm looking forward to watching the Jaguars versus the Giants in week 1. I want to watch all the games. I don't want to watch this again. I want to deal with this chaos because it's annoying. It really is. It really is annoying. No other sports have this problem. League have this problem. No, baseball doesn't have this. Basketball doesn't have this. And basketball, like I said in my last Facebook Live video, basketball, they made a rule that you stand for the national anthem. Adam Silver came to a rule a couple years ago that you have to stand for the national anthem and you get fined. No one has a problem with that. That's hypocritical. Why no one saying they violating their constitutional rights? NBA is a private company as well. It's a business, that's why. You can't protest at a job. No one complains about that. And like I said in my last Facebook Live video, no one's giving up the NBA. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you care for social justice. If this happened in the NBA, you'll watch it. No one's going to give it up. Nobody. Nobody's giving up because there's a player named Chris Jackson. He was protesting. The similar thing that Kaepernick was doing. He was protesting in the 90s during Jordan's era. And he hasn't been back in the league. And no one complains about that. Everybody was watching Jordan three-peat with the Bulls. Nobody cared about social justice or these politics or these issues. No one was complaining, talking about protests. Everybody was watching the NBA. People pick and choose what to get mad about. That's the problem I have. People pick and choose what to get mad about. Because this was happening in the NBA, I'll watch it too. I don't care. I'll come to watch sports. This happened in Major League Baseball. If the Yankees are going to a World Series, I'm going to watch it. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to make predictions. I'm going to talk about it on Facebook like I always do. Nothing's going to stop me. And it shouldn't stop you either. You can't protest at a job. You can't. That's the part people are missing. You can't. They're employees. People forget that part. You could protest as a private citizen, and that's not even 100%. Because if you're disturbing the peace, they can tell you to stop. It's a time and a place. Like on a Tuesday night in an open field somewhere, where you're not bothering nobody. You could protest, but you can't protest. You can't choose where you want to protest. It doesn't work that way. You protest in an NFL stadium that's not yours, and you protest in a jersey that's not yours. People come to watch a football game. Like the analogy I used in my last Facebook Live video. If I go to a J. Cole concert and I spend money, I've never seen him perform in person, and he's a talented artist, and I go to watch him perform. I'm so excited. I take off work, whatever, to go there. And when I go to the concert, he gives me half an hour political talk. I'm like, what? I go to watch him perform. I'm excited. I'm with my friends or whatever, my family. I go to watch a J. Cole concert. He gives me, before he performs, he gives me a 30-minute speech on political talk. It's not what I signed up for. I go to watch him perform. I don't care how much you care about social justice. If you go to a J. Cole concert and he's giving you 30 minutes political talk, you're going to be in the crowd, you're going to be anxious, and you're going to be mad. Because you want to watch him perform. That's what you want to do. You went to watch him perform. You went to have a good time. You didn't go to the concert to watch or listen to him talk political talk. You didn't go there to watch him do it. I don't care how much you care for it. It's just like football. No one went to watch him protest. Yeah, we go come up with something during the week. Because football, they play once a week. They have the whole week to do it. You have your practice, whatever, and then you have the whole week to do it. Why can't they just... If they're going to do protest there during game day, why don't they do it during the week and in the off season as well? Why they just do it on game day? Because that just makes it seem like you're just doing it just to do it. There's nothing behind it. Like I said, they've been doing it for a year and nothing's happened. It just makes people uncomfortable and it's weird. It's just... People went to watch a football game. No one say, "Oh man, I went to watch that Giants Jet game and watch them protest." No one thinks like that. It's like just like in the NBA. If the Lakers and Celtics play each other in the finals next year, the players should all just kneel and does not play. I want to see how much people get mad. How much people really care about social justice. Players should just not play in the finals. People are gonna be mad because people want to go watch the finals. LeBron versus Kyrie, and then kneeling the whole game. I don't care how much you care for it. You're gonna be mad because the game didn't happen. It didn't occur. They're employees. They get paid when they're on that field. People forget that part. It's not a spring tournament at the park. It's a business. So, people talk constitutional rights. It's not true. It's not No constitutional rights. No rights here. If I'm a businessman, I'm going there to make money. I'm not here to take care of your family. I'm sorry. That's not my problem. I'm a businessman. I'm here to grow the business, to make money. It's nothing to do with race or nothing. I want my business to be successful. I'm here to make dough, make a lot of money. I can't sell my tickets because this protest is driving away half my audience. If I'm running a business and you drive my customers away, I'm gonna react. So I'm supposed to just let you interrupt my business, protest it, and I'm supposed to just be okay with it? Like it's all good? No, I'm a businessman. I'm here to make money. And you're ruining my business. You gotta think of it. They're businessmen at the end of the day. They didn't make money. That's all they do. Grow the revenue. And everybody gotta get this out of their mind. Like Roger Goodell's like some commissioner. He's not a real commissioner. There's no real commissioners in sports anymore. The last real commissioner was David Stern. There's no real commissioners. Roger Goodell. People gotta get this out of their mind. Like he's good for the league. He's good for the sport. He's a voice for the sport. He's good for the league. No, he's an employee of all the owners in the NFL. All 32 owners. He's there to make money for them, grow the business, beat the players at the Players Association at the negotiating table. That's what he's there for. He's not there to feed your family, take care of your family. He's fair for the sport. No. He saved the NFL a lot of money for that concussion lawsuit. He's there to make the league, to make the owners money. He's a businessman, basically. He's an employee of the owners. He works for the owners. The owners run the NFL. He's a commissioner, quote unquote, but he works for the owners. So he's voice. Oh, what he has to do? He's a voice of the league. No, it's not his job. He works for the owners. So people gotta get that out of their mind. He's not a real commissioner. They're businessmen. They're there to make money. They don't care about your family or nothing like that stuff. They're there to make money. That's their job. They're businessmen. At the end of the day, that's what they are. I talked about all this in my last Facebook Live video. People could check it out, but I just want to continue because I got some positive feedback. Some people saying, "Oh, I didn't think of it that way. That the employees, that's actually true. It is true. They are employees. When they protest, they win a jersey that's not theirs. They're employees. They get paid. No constitutional rights. So I don't want to deal with this again. It's annoying. It really is. I tell the truth. I don't want to deal with this again. It's really annoying. And I don't know what the players are going to do now. Because some of them I don't actually even see them. It's the off season. I haven't seen none of them do nothing. So if you're not going to put your money where your mouth is, just don't protest. So I want to know what new rule the NFL is going to come up with now because they backtracked. First it was, the players got to go stand for the national anthem or you can stay in the locker room. Now the Players Association got mad because they feel like they were consulted with. It's not NFL. I put that on hold. They got to come up with something. I think they said they're going to come up with something before training camp. They better come up with something. Because I'm sick. I don't want to see this. I'm sick and tired of this controversy. That's all they talk about. They don't talk about this in the NBA. Like I said, in the NBA, they talk about, a Warriors going to win with DeMarcus Cousins. Can he three-peat? Can LeBron win with the Lakers? How's Kawhi Leonard going to play with the Raptors? You don't hear politics or political talk or protests and all that stuff in the NBA. Just talk about the game. And that's what I want to do in the NFL. I want to get back to the game because a lot of storylines. I can't wait. The NFL, I love it. And that's what I want to do. Get back to the games like it used to be, like the old days. I'm looking forward to seeing the Giants play how they're going to play this season. They have a tough task in week 1 versus the Jaguars. That's going to be a good game. I want to get back to watching the game. I don't want to deal with this. We deal with this every day. Someone's always looking for something to complain every day. People complain every day. Like I said, you got to live your life the best you can. You know you can't save the world. If you want to talk about police brutality, you got to talk about police brutality everywhere. You can't just talk about it in America. You got to talk about it everywhere. And it's impossible to save the world. It's impossible. If you want to talk about police brutality in America, you got to talk about police brutality in Jamaica. You got to talk about police brutality all over the world. It's impossible to save the world. It's hard. So much stress. You just got to try to live your life the best way you can. And there's ways you can make it better as well. But you can't save the world. That's impossible. That's what people want to do. You can't please everybody. You just can't. You can't please everybody. You can't save the world. It's impossible. So I want to get back to the football game. I want to get back like the old days. You can't protest at a job. So I don't know why people are saying, they're mad at the NFL. You can't be mad. It's their business. It's their league. And the majority of people that are mad aren't even people that watch football. That's what I don't get. So I'm saying they're down for the cause. They're just following the crowd. What are you upset about? You don't even watch football, so what are you mad about? Like I said, if this happened in the NBA, no one's giving it up. I don't care how much you care for this issue. Nobody's giving it up. Nobody. They'll still watch it. No one's giving this up. So I'm not giving up the NFL. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it. Just like I did last year. I watch every game. I don't care. I watch from week 1 to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna do it all over again. Training camp for the Giants is next week. Or not even next week. I'm bugging. July 25th. And I'm gonna watch it. Preseason is in a couple of weeks. Even though I watch a little bit of preseason, but the regular season, it's like 7 Sundays away. Of course I'm gonna watch it. So that's all I gotta say about this national anthem thing. I said a lot of it in my last video. I'm just elaborating, continue from where I left off from my last Facebook Live video. I got a lot of positive feedback for it. But it's the truth. Players are employees. They get paid when they're on that field. There's no constitutional rights. It doesn't exist. Especially in a private company. And the NFL is a private company. People forget that part. So I hate when people say, oh, why the players can't use their platform. It's not their platform. It's not their stadium. It's not their jersey. They work for somebody else. Stop saying platform. It's not true. Ain't no platform. Not their stadium. It's certain places where you can protest. You can protest in an open parking lot that's open to the public, a field somewhere where where it's not impacting nothing. You do have a right to protest as a private citizen, not as an employee. People forget that part. Because we can't all protest our jobs. We get fired. You can't protest. That's how I look at it. NFL, you better come up with a solution. Because I'm tired of seeing this. I don't want to see this again this season. I'm tired of seeing this. And I know people are tired of seeing it too, but they're just scared to say it. I'm going to say it for them. No one wants to deal with this every single week. It's annoying. It's been going on for like 2 years now. I'm sick and tired of it. People, the players express what they're going to do, what they're protesting. All right, now let's continue. Let's make a change, make a real change to this issue. Kneeling is not doing nothing, but it's making it confusion and chaos. So if you kneeled, all right, what's step 2 now? How are we going to change? How are we going to make things better? Because step 1, you're kneeling. What are you going to do to piggyback off of that? That's what I'm saying. Some of these players, I don't think they're really doing it because they care about the issue. I think they're just doing it just to do it. Because there's no continuation. There's none. There's no continuation. So you have to, if you're a player and you're protesting, you have to know that you're an employee. And at the end of the day, that you're getting paid. Someone's paying your salary. So I think they got in their minds, I think that the players are hearing people saying, oh, kneel, protest. And that's just messing up what they're doing. Like I said, when your contract is up and you're free agent, no one's signing, you know why. Because you protested. You can't protest at a job. You can't. They can fire you for it. And that's what's happening with Kaepernick and Eric Reed. They don't have a job because they protested. You can't protest at a job. Everybody knows that. Can't protest at a job. So it's no constitutional rights here. It doesn't exist in this situation. There are no constitutional rights. It doesn't protect. I don't see in the Constitution. It doesn't say it protects. Unless I'm wrong, it doesn't say it protects employees that work in private companies. I don't see that in the Constitution anyway. I don't see it there. NFL is a private company. So there are no constitutional rights. Only protection from the government. So my future Facebook Live videos, it's not going to be with this issue. Hopefully not. It's just going to be sports like I always do. Because that's what I want to get back to. That's what put a smile on everybody's faces and it makes everybody happy. Because this is just annoying now. And I don't want to see it for the whole season. I don't want to deal with this. I'm tired of it. I really am. The reason why I'm talking about it again because the NFL backtracked on their ruling, their initial ruling, because they didn't negotiate with the Players Association. And I got a lot of positive feedback for what I said when I talked about this topic for like an hour on my last Facebook Live. So I just wanted to continue. But I don't want to deal with this. I want to get back to the sports. It's like I don't want to see this in baseball. I don't want to see this in the NBA. Well, it can't happen in the NBA because you stand for the national anthem, they'll fine you for it. That's what the NFL was trying to do, and they backtracked. They actually have it in the game operations manual. They actually had this rule, but they just never enforced it. It kind of like took it out of the book a little bit. It had this rule already, and they caved in. They got scared and just went away from it. I remember it's in the behavior of conduct. If I believe it says all players must stand for the national anthem, and I think you even have to stand a certain way. I think it's right hand over your chest, left helmet on your hand to your side, and the players got to line up a certain way. And players who don't do it, the team you get fined, get suspended, or the team loses draft picks. It's in the game operations manual. In the behavior of conduct, Article 62. It's in there. It was always in there. They just never enforced it. So it's not like they're just making up some new rule. They had it, but they just never really fully went by it. So I think they just got scared. I think they got scared of the public or how they're going to react. So that's why I think they changed their mind. And also because they didn't negotiate with the Players Association. I think that also played a part in it as well. But I'm looking forward to watching the season. I don't want to see this again. I really don't. It's annoying. I really don't want to see it. I don't want to deal with this. It is what it is. If you can't protest at a job. If you don't like the rule, you don't gotta watch it. But just protest at your job and tell me if you're still working there. No one's gonna do it. No one's doing it. People always want someone to do something that they're never gonna do. No one's protesting at a job. No one has the guts to do that. I think if Kaepernick could thought twice, I think he probably would have did it a different way. But like I said, it's not his fault. The guy in the military told him to do it. So we should all be blaming him. Don't blame Kaepernick. Blame him because he told him to kneel. And blame his girlfriend because girlfriend's the reason why he doesn't have a job at the Ravens because she called the owner a slave owner. So I blame her too. Can't call somebody a slave owner that's about to hire you. No one's going to hire you now. If I'm an owner in the league and she said that about that owner, what does she think of me? That's how I look at it. But you can't protest at a job. You just can't. Everybody's saying kneel, kneel, kneel. No, you're costing him money. You messing with that guy's pockets. Don't tell him to kneel. You're costing him a job. Because when he's a free agent, they're not going to sign him again. That's just a way of saying, all right, you kneeled. Wait till you're a free agent. I'm going to deal with you. And they can legally do that. They can. You can't protest at a job. So that's just the way it goes. The season just needs to hurry up already. The first game starts the season is the Falcons versus the Eagles on Thursday night. It's a rematch of the divisional round where Eagles won that game against the Falcons. I didn't think the Eagles were gonna win, but they beat the Falcons, so that's a rematch. That's a good way to start the season. The Falcons versus the Eagles. That's a good game. That's gonna kick things off for the 2018 NFL season. But that's why I want to get back to talking sports. Talking about who's going to win the MVP, who's going to go to the playoffs, who's going to win the Super Bowl, whatever. I don't want to talk about a guy, what he believes in. That's during the off time. We'll have our beliefs. I don't want to hear it during that time. I really don't. There are people that feel this way. They're just scared to say it. Like I said, I'm going to say it for them. They know it's a job. You know you can't protest at a job. You're employees. That's why. You get paid. The only rights you have is that you get paid millions of dollars. That's pretty much your rights. You don't really have no rights when you're in a private company. You get paid. That's your rights. $1 million to do something that no one person can do. And you live a good life. That's your rights. And another problem that I have is when people say, oh, the players should just walk out. If they walk out, yeah, they're just not going to get paid. Especially if you're a running back. If you're a running back, you better hope you saved your money because they don't pay you. Running backs don't get paid that much money. And the contract's not guaranteed. NFL players' contract is not guaranteed. Because running backs have a short career span. I think it's 3.5 years. So they try to get as much money as they can. Like example, look at Le'Veon Bell. The Steelers offered him 5-year deal, $70 million contract. He turned it down. He wanted more, but the Steelers realized that you can't really pay a running back that much. A lot of teams go with running back by committee. They go like a 3-back system. So they're not going to just build their team around a star running back. So they'll let Le'Veon Bell walk and they'll just draft a running back because they know they have a loaded team, especially on offense. They're like, all right, the running back position is not that important like it used to be. But I wouldn't sign Le'Veon that kind of money because he's important to what they do, how they play. He's a special kind of running back. And he's not a running back that actually goes between the tackles and gets hurt. He's not like a Frank Gore. You know what I'm saying? He's not that type of back. He kind of like goes side to side. And the thing I like about Le'Veon Bell is his patience. When he's at the line of scrimmage, he actually waits for a couple of seconds before he sees the hole and then and the block, and he'll go through it. So he doesn't take that much hits. But the Steelers feel like, all right, we paid you, we're gonna offer you this 5-year, $70 million contract, take it or leave it. He didn't take it. So running backs, if you're gonna walk out and just not play, you're not gonna get paid, and you don't get paid that much anyway compared to other position players. So everybody's saying walk out. You can't. It's a job. So we should all walk out our jobs then. We can't protest. That's idiotic. It doesn't make any sense. They're not doing nothing illegal. They have every right to do what they do in the NFL. They're not doing nothing illegal. They're not. It's a business. People forget that part. It's a business at the end of the day. That's what it is. I'm a businessman. I'm going to make money, to grow the business and be successful. That's all I care about from a businessman. That's what they're doing. They're businessmen. They're wealthy. They're there to make money. They're not there to take care of your family, feed your family. That's not their job. It's not their problem. Sorry. It's not. So that's what it is with this issue. Like I said, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I mean, it's going to come up again. I might talk about it on Facebook Live again. I'm going to see what ruling the NFL comes up with, and then I'll talk about it on whenever Facebook Live video I make, whenever they make the ruling. That's what I'll talk about. But other than that, I don't want to talk about this no more. I want to get back to the football games. Like I said, I'm going to make predictions by like the 3rd week of the preseason or 4th week. I'm going to make a prediction on Facebook, and I'm going to predict who's going to win the division. I'm going to predict the records. Who's going to go to the AFC Championship game? Who's going to go to the NFC Championship game? Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? Who's going to win it? It's going to be all fun. We're going to go back to watching sports, watching football. That's what it's about. Sports is a distraction from the real world. That's how I look at it. It's a distraction from the real problems that's going on in this world. It takes our mind for everybody to get together and talk trash and argue. That's what sports is. It's for everybody. It's for men, women, all races. Doesn't matter who you are. All get together and talk sports. It's fun. That's what I don't get to. We talk about this politics stuff. Everybody has different views, and it just causes chaos and confusion. No one agrees on something, and it's just a headache. And that's what I want to get to. Talk about sports. The Giants did make some moves. They did. They did make moves. The thing I like about the Giants, they had to replace Eric Flowers on the offensive line. When they signed Nate Solder from the Pats and put him at left tackle, that was big. They couldn't start the season with Eric Flowers at left tackle. He was just a disaster. When he got drafted by the Giants, he wasn't even supposed to be a left tackle. He was playing out of position anyway. So that's probably the reason why he struggled. But the Giants have a team because football is about creating a mismatch. And the Giants have 3 mismatches that they can create. You have Red Ellison, the tight end. He can create a mismatch. Now you have the double team Odell, double team Beckham. He can create a mismatch. And then you have Saquon Barkley out of the backfield. He can create a mismatch. So football is about creating a mismatch. The Giants have 3 that they can create. But they have a tough task because week 1, the Jaguars, to me, had the best defense in the NFL. And they're loaded on all positions. So that's going to be a challenge. But with the Giants team, they should at least score 20 points every week. Every week, they should score 20 offensively. If they can get a defensive touchdown on special teams, that'd be good. But they should score at least 20 points every week. The Jaguars are not going to have Dante Fowler Jr., one of their linebackers. He's going to be suspended by the team for, I think, a personal conduct policy. So he's not going to play in the season opener. But the Jaguars have too much depth on defense. But a lot of people are picking the Jaguars to go to the Super Bowl or be some team that can go far. I don't see it. I think the reason why the Jaguars went to the playoffs last year because everybody on the Texans got hurt. I think everybody on the Texans is healthy. I think when the Texans are healthy, I think they're better than the Jaguars. That's my opinion. They're better than the Jaguars. But yeah, the Giants did make some moves. They did. Ingram hold on to some catches this year. Yeah, he had a lot of drops. He did. He dropped a bunch of passes last year. He did. He did. He seemed to have him as well, but he has to catch the ball. He does. He has to catch the ball. He definitely has to catch the ball. That's a part of the reason why Eli didn't play well because it was some drops. I mean, a lot of people had drops. Brandon Marshall had drops. That's why Brandon Marshall's not here anymore. Even Beckham was dropping the ball. But Ingram, they could have a big year if Ingram could hold on to the ball. That's true. But yeah, that's what I want to get back to talking about. Football. That's what it is. See? I had a conversation and it wasn't nothing offensive. That's my point. Sports is supposed to bring everybody together. This protest didn't bring everybody together. It just caused chaos and confusion. People who was football fans just not watching and they're arguing with each other. It's just stupid. It really is. But my prediction for the Giants, I was gonna give it. I'm spilling the beans now. It's my early prediction. I think the Giants are gonna go like at least 9-7, because last year they were 3-13. So that's a 6-game improvement. So I think they can go like 9-7 this season. I think they can go 9-7. Like I said in my last Facebook Live video, teams in the NFL don't really repeat as division winners. So the Giants have that in their favor. The only team that repeats as division winners are the Patriots. Everybody else is changes. I mean, recently you had the Steelers win the AFC North, but usually it was the Bengals or Ravens. Teams don't repeat as division winners. So Giants have that chance. Because I don't know how the Eagles are going to be this year. They lost a couple of people, and Carson Wentz, I don't know if he's going to start the season opener. So this is the division for the Giants to try to steal and win. Yeah, there did a lot of opportunities made Eli look whack. It did. It did. It didn't look trash. It did. But Eli still has to play a little better, though. But some of them were drops. Well, you got a home run threat in the backfield. Saquon Barkley. The Giants haven't had a running game in years. Now they have one. 10-6. I think 9-7. But it's close enough. They can't have a season like 5-11. That's a disappointment. They can't go 5-11. Ben McAdoo's not here anymore. So they're in a new offense with Pat Shurmur, who, look what he did last year with Case Keenum. Case Keenum wasn't good anywhere else. He was good on the Vikings. He was good on the Vikings last season. So Eli's a veteran, so he shouldn't have no problem in Pat Shurmur's offense. But the Giants should be better. On the defensive side of the ball, the only thing you probably could worry about with the Giants, the secondary I think is going to play better. I think the reason why the secondary didn't play well last year is because they wanted to get Ben McAdoo fired. Janoris Jenkins didn't play like how he played the season before. Same thing with Landon Collins, who was an all-pro. I saw Janoris Jenkins and looked like they gave up on plays. I mean, Eli Apple played like trash, but the rest of the secondary, who has good players on it, didn't play well. I think they wanted to get Ben McAdoo fired. The only thing about the Giants is that they don't really have a good defensive line. They don't have a good pass rush. And with an offense like the Giants, who potentially has a good offense, when you have a lead in the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes left and you're on defense, another team is throwing the ball a lot, you got to get a fourth quarter pass rush. And that's what I think the Giants don't really have. Because JPP's not on the Giants no more. He's on the Buccaneers. He's on the Buccaneers, so we'll have to see. That's what I look for. But other than that, the Giants should definitely be improved. I say 9-7. Now, DRC is a free agent. He's not with them. They cut him. Dominique Rogers Cromartie, he's a free agent. They cut him. I didn't save money, but they released him. He's not on the Giants no more. He actually played well, not last year, but the season before. He had a really good season. But DRC is not with the Giants no more. He's a free agent. It's a lot of free agents that's still in get signed, like Adrian Peterson, Des Bryant. I think Des Bryant's gonna get signed one of these days. Adrian Peterson, I don't know. He's trying to shatter the mold. He's trying to be one of those run backs that play for like 3 more years. But he's still a free agent. But the Giants don't need him because they have Saquon Barkley. I think a team that Adrian Peterson can go to is the Texans. I think that's a team because I picked the Texans. Well, I said I was going to say my predictions, but I'm going to say now I'm going to do it all over again. I might change my mind, but I said I think the Texans are going to go to the AFC Championship game and play the Patriots. If the Texans could get Adrian Peterson, I think the Texans could possibly beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. They possibly could beat them if they get Adrian Peterson. I like the Texans team a lot. I think they have a lot of talent. But those are some free agents, notable free agents that are still out there. But the Giants could go like 9-7. I think this season 10-6 will be really good, but I say 9-7 because they come off a 3-win season. I think 9-7 could be good enough to win the division because I don't know how the Eagles are gonna play, and the Cowboys I think took a step back, and the Redskins are okay. But the Giants this is a division they can win. They could definitely win the division. I think just hope that everyone stays healthy. They can win the division. But the DRC thing, would you ask me? DRC, he had a good season. He had a good season the season before last year. No, the Yankees got a new pitcher. Who's the new pitcher that they got? I was talking about that earlier in my Facebook Live. I said that the Yankees should trade for Jacob Degrom. I know the Mets and Yankees don't do trades with each other, but they should trade for DeGrom. DeGrom just pitched tonight against the Padres. He had 10 strikeouts through 8 innings, and they still lost the game. It was a stat I saw. I don't remember. It was something like on SNY. It was like in his first 20 career starts, he only had like six games where he had over a 2 ERA. He's the first pitcher ever to do that. Some crazy stat. They're wasting Jacob DeGrom's talent. The Mets are not going to win this year. They're not going to win next year. They should trade for DeGrom. I don't care. If you trade Andujar and trade Clint Frazier, I'll do it. If they want to add a minor league prospect as well in the deal, I'll trade for Jacob DeGrom. They're not trading Gleyber Torres. The Yankees said that he's untouchable. I wouldn't trade him either. But the other guys I just said, I'll trade him for Jacob DeGrom. Because I saw Cole Hamels, and the Nationals were interested in him, and the Phillies, his old team, interested in him. And I'm not really a J-Hap fan. So if they can get try to trade for Jacob DeGrom. He's not a left-handed pitcher, but still, he could be a lethal number 2 star after Luis Severino in the rotation. And they can possibly eliminate the Astros if they could get Jacob DeGrom. It's going to be hard because the Yankees and Mets don't do deals with each other because they don't want one team to outdo the other in the city. So Jacob DeGrom on the Yankees, that's striking goal right there if they can get DeGrom. Because look, the Mets not going nowhere with DeGrom. Nobody even know if the Mets are going to be the same team next year. Mickey Callaway might not even be the manager next year. He doesn't know what he's doing. So they should try to trade for Jacob DeGrom. The other pitcher that I saw that the Yankees are trying to that were interested in is Chris Archer on the Rays. I like him. The reason why Chris Archer could work with the Yankees because he's in the same division. He's familiar. So when he plays the Red Sox, he knows them. So it's not like we getting some team from the pitcher in the National League like Jacob DeGrom. Even though Jacob DeGrom is really great, a pitcher from the National League that's not familiar with the Red Sox. So if the Yankees play the Red Sox in the playoffs, at least Chris Archer's familiar with them, that lineup, so we can get him. But I don't know if Archer is going to really go anywhere because the Rays are in the wild card hunt, in the wild card race. So I don't know if the Rays are going to trade him. But try that deal with Jacob DeGrom. I don't care if I'm the Yankees. I'm on the phone right now with the Mets, trying to come up with a deal to get Jacob DeGrom to come to the Yankees. If you get Jacob DeGrom come to the Yankees, they could probably go to the World Series. Would this Yankees offense give him this run support? That'd be crazy. Sign who? Archer? They signed him already? So Chris Archer's on the... Wait, they couldn't sign Archer because they have to trade for him. Who did they sign? They can't sign Archer. They had to trade for him. But they had to trade for Jacob Degrom. They have to trade for him. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care what anybody says. I'm doing it. So that's what I'm gonna target. So that's pretty much the topics I had to talk about. If anybody have any questions, they can ask, throw it in there. I'll take any questions. But the national anthem rule, I had issue. I had to talk about that again. Continue off it. I had some positive feedback from it, so I had to continue, explain and break it down. Change a couple of people's minds. How they thought about it before. I broke it down as real as I possibly can. I talked about DeGrom just now. I talked about him in the opening topic, and I talked about Melo signing with the Rockets. If anybody want to watch my Facebook Live video when I'm done with it, you can watch it. It's in the middle of my video. I talked about Melo. I went in on that one. So I thought about that as well. I see on my TV say Tim Tebow's gonna have surgery on his broken bone in his hand and will miss the rest of the season. He should give up the. He should give up the minor league with the Mets. He should give it up. I know he's trying, but he's not gonna make the majors. So this injury, I think, it's done. It's over for him. I don't think he's gonna try to try baseball again. I think that's it for him. I don't think he's gonna do anything, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just talked about the topics I talked about. Just to clarify everything about the national anthem. Everybody now about the anthem issue. So now everybody understands where my side of the story, where I'm coming from. So I had to clarify that. Rumors with who? With who? Chris Archer? Yeah, rumors, but they didn't trade for him. The Yankees got to trade for another pitcher. Like I said, trade for Jacob Degrom. Trade for him. I'm trading Andujar. I'm trading Clint Frazier. I'm not trading Gleyber Torres. But I'll trade another player in the minor league system for Jacob Degrom. Jacob Degrom is a second starter after Luis Severino. That's insane. And they could beat the Astros. How I think Cam is going to perform this year? I'm not a huge Cam fan, but he's playing for North Turner, who's a new offensive coordinator. And North Turner is one of the greatest offensive coordinators in NFL history. And he works magic with quarterbacks. He did well with Teddy Bridgewater. He did well with Phillip Rivers. He has a history with this. And Cam might play better because he's playing in North Turner's offense. And North Turner is good with quarterbacks. He's an offensive guru. With Cam, what he has to do is his accuracy, it comes and goes. So he has to be consistent, a little bit more consistent in the pocket. But I think the goal was, I think North Turner was saying that Cam complete like 60% of his passes this season. That's the goal, from to complete like 60% of his passes. So North Turner's a good offensive coordinator, so he can make Cam get better. They play the Cowboys in week 1, by the way. They play the Cowboys, but I'm not a Cam Newton fan, so really, but he probably would play better. He probably played better because North Turner is his offensive coordinator. But no excuses. No excuses for Cam. The Panthers are not a bad team. No excuses. They got Torrey Smith, who they picked up from the Eagles, who's a deep threat. They still have Greg Olsen. The Panthers' defense is crazy. So no excuses. Anybody else have any questions before I log off? What else I want to say? This wasn't on my timeline, but I'll say a little bit about it. Michael Beasley going to the Lakers, signing with the Lakers. It's a 1-year deal. I like Michael Beasley. He's a scorer. He's a scoring machine. He hasn't played as well as how he's supposed to come out of college at Kansas State, because he had like off the field issues and stuff like that. But when his mind is right, he's guy can put the ball in the basket. He's a really good scorer, and I like what the Lakers are doing. I like what Magic is doing. You got these veterans there that are hungry. The guys that got signed by Lakers is like they all want to win. Like they just like Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, even Rajon Rondo's a winner already. He has won a ring. He wants another one. So it's proving it's guys that are hungry, and I like that with the young talent that they have like Kuzma. So and you have LeBron, of course, but I like the way the team is going. A couple of weeks ago, you think of the Lakers as maybe a fifth seed. Now you could think of them as the second seed because the Rockets are going backwards. They really are. They're going backwards, and they're losing everybody. They don't even have Capella re-signed, and they don't have a reason. They don't have Montemute, and you bring in Melo. That's not improving. That's going backwards. That's making it worse. So I don't think the Rockets are going to be a top 4 seed. I said that they're going to be a 7th seed on Facebook. Somebody laughed. We want to see who's laughing when I'm right. Again, about Carmelo Anthony. We want to see who's laughing. So, look, last year Melo was on Thunder, and they didn't clinch a playoff spot until like the 80th game of the season. Who's head coach in the Rockets? I think it's Mike D'Antoni. Who was head coach on the Knicks when he was there before a couple of years ago? I think it was Mike D'Antoni. How did that work out? Not good. And Melo wasn't as bad as he was back then as he is now. So this doesn't make any sense. So Lakers are gonna be better than them. The only team the Lakers aren't gonna be better than is the Warriors. But I think the Lakers could be better than everybody else in the Western Conference. They just can't be better than the Warriors yet. At least yet. And the DeMarcus Cousins thing, it sounds all good and gravy. But when you really think about it, the DeMarcus Cousins, he doesn't really fit how the Warriors play. So that just came across my mind. Like he doesn't really fit the way they play. So it's not all good and gravy. And also he's coming off an injury, so he's not going to start the season. And every other team he's been on, he's been destroying teams. So if you want to call him the NBA's TL. So we got to put a pause on that for a second with DeMarcus Cousins of the Warriors. But they're still going to be talented because even without him, they were winning games. So they're going to win like 60, 63 games, 62 games, whatever. The Warriors are going to win, being the 1 seed. But time is running out because all those players are going to want to get paid, so eventually. Unless they all just agree to take pay cuts and just stay with each other forever because they just enjoy the winning and they don't care. But we'll have to see what happens. One player I could see definitely staying with the Warriors. I could see Curry staying on the Warriors for the rest of his career. He looks like one of those players that'll just be on the Warriors he wants to be a Warrior. Like he wants champions. He's just gonna be there for the rest of his career. He's gonna be like a Dirk. He's just gonna be there for his whole career. Like I can't see Steph playing anywhere else. But everybody else I can see I can see Clay playing somewhere else. I can see Draymond Green playing somewhere else. But Steph, I can see Steph being the person that he was there first. I can see him being on the Warriors his whole career. But everybody else possibly could move because they want to get paid. But yeah, he's gonna want to get paid. Clay, the Lakers have one more spot, free cap space to get a max player. I would love for him to get Klay Thompson, but I don't know if he wants to leave the Warriors. We'll have to see. But that's it for tonight. It's 11:52 Eastern Time, 10:52 Central, 8:52 Pacific. I talked about my 3 topics. Whenever I do my Facebook Live video, I'll tell everybody about it again, and I'll see what topics I talk about. And I hope everybody has a good night and enjoy watching my video. Peace.